I forbid my kids to attend my mother-in-law's wedding because, well, we hate each other.
It was probably going to be a lame wedding either way.
Hello, I'm a 30-year-old female. I'm not. I have 2 kids, 5 and 2, with their dad, 36 male, who I've not been married to. His dad passed back in 2018, about 3 months after we started dating. By the way, this comes from user Dirt's Perspective, and you can submit your stories on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I have received a settlement from shall not be named pharmaceutical company for nearly losing my life after having blood clots in both my lungs when I was 15.
Oh my God.
When I met him, let's call him Brad. I was 23, had a lot of money in the bank, and planning to travel around the world because I had a feeling if I didn't do it then, I might have not had the chance to really experience the things I wanted to with the amount of freedom again in the future. Well, I wasn't expecting to meet someone and grow attached to them at the time. However, I will admit I have attachment issues and grew very fond of this guy way too fast. I got wasted one night and he saw how much money I had in the bank. Next morning, he told me he loved me, and because I was naive, I just went with
He
it.
saw your bank account. He's like, I love you.
It's
crazy.
He wasn't looking at you. He was looking at your bank
He was
account.
like, whoa. Oh my God, I love you.
you.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you. I paid to drive him out twice to see his dad, who was passing away. Otherwise, he wouldn't have seen him or been there when he passed away. I also offered to bring his brother along. They were roommates at the time. His brother said he wasn't going. Anyways, fast forward about a month or so, I already booked my trip and was preparing to go. I have a cousin living in Australia, so I was just booking one-way flights and figured I'd start there. Well, of course, I wasn't booking just one flight, but 2. One for me and one for Bradley. My God, that was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. Sure, I was happy to have someone to go with me as I traveled to places I'd never been. He was so exhausting to deal with. I was young and couldn't comprehend how it must have felt for him to have just lost his father. I tried cutting him way more than enough slack, but he ruined everything by being a jerk. I remember being in Thailand and it was Mother's Day. He asked me if I would buy his mom some flowers and have them sent to her. LOL. I said, no. I wasn't even buying my mom flowers and sending them to her. I don't have a good relationship with my parents at all, and this is partially why I'm here to tell my story, because I need to know, am I the a-hole? His mom has hated me ever since we took that trip. We were gone for nearly 3 months. I like to mention he wanted to go. I didn't force him or try to convince him to go. I even suggested maybe he should just stay to be with his family during such a difficult time. He insisted he didn't want to be there. I paid for everything. Over $30,000. He didn't spend a penny. And before anyone says, must be nice, I almost shuffled off my mortal coil in order to receive the money I got. I come from a poor family. I wasn't equipped to know what to do with it or how to use it wisely. Moving forward, I got pregnant with our first child about 2 months after being back in the States. I was considered a high-risk pregnancy because of what I went through to get that settlement and had to inject blood thinners into my stomach twice daily in order to ensure I had the best chances of surviving for both me and my child. We were living in Kansas at the time, where his family lived, and I needed to be in Colorado where my insurance would cover my treatments. His mom wanted him to stay there and help her renovate her house so she could sell it. Yet all she did was smoke the devil's lettuce and sit in a chair all day wanting him to be with her. I was extremely sick and I threw up 3 to 4 times daily and had the worst time. So 90% of the time, I had to lay down. Plus, her house had 4+ cats, 3 dogs, and they never cleaned the litter box or anything for that matter. I had to get out. This is my first horrible encounter with her. I approached her kindly and said, we can call her Kim. Hey Kim, can I talk to you for a minute? Her response, I kid you not, was, you want to take it away from me?
No! Why would I want to talk with you?
And I responded with, okay, so I need to be in Colorado because I'm considered high risk and need to be there for medical reasons. I would also like for your son to be there with me instead of here with you. When I tell you I have never been talked to the way this woman talked to me, I mean it. She screamed and yelled at me to get the F out of her house. Yada, yada, yada. I left immediately and got myself a hotel. Did Brad step in? No!
Brad is useless.
Brad is literally just a walking, talking.
He's just
a
a
waste of
drain
space.
on your finances.
I think
He
he's a
literally
waste.
is just a leech.
He's a waste of everybody's time.
He's a silent little spineless leech.
Of course, Bradley did not step in. I got a hotel by myself and planned to leave the next day alone. I will skip many dramatics and heartbreaking situations between him and I because I honestly could write a book about this. I'm going to fast forward again to when my daughter was 10 months old. We had an apartment in Colorado. I went with my daughter to visit family out of the state for 1 week. The day I'm supposed to get on a plane and fly back, as I'm literally on my way to the airport, I get a call from Brad telling me his mom is there helping him move his stuff out of our place and he's refusing to pick us up from the airport. Why? Oh, because I posted on my Facebook a generic meme about people needing to mind their own business, and his mom assumed it was about her. Well, honey, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Opie was like, yeah, she assumed it was about her. It was, but you know.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is also an amazing move?
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month. So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story.
Why are you still with Brad, though?
Why? Yeah. What is the appeal? What is the appeal? Is he hot?
Probably, I don't know.
Because he can't. No one can be that hot.
I was going to say OP was young and naive, but like OP also has all this funds that you could take care of
that's the thing.
herself.
It's like usually, sometimes the young and naivete coupled with lack of finances kind of leads you to attach to a person. But like OP is financially independent.
Yeah.
Don't let him leech off you, darling.
Yeah, it looks like he's been leeching off a while.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it probably was about her, but I didn't publicly shame her and tag her name to it. I simply shared a post that had been shared by thousands of other people because I could relate. Anyways, I left my daughter with my family out of state and flew back myself. I had to get a ride from someone else to my place and proceeded to pack my car with everything I could fit and drove back 16 hours the next day to be with my daughter. Fast forward more years to about 2020-ish. We were back together in Colorado. His sister was going to have a baby and asked me to host her baby shower. I no lie, spent nearly $2,000 putting it together.
Girl.
Cooked all the food she wanted by myself and did everything by myself to decorate/make sure everything was perfect.
Girly, no.
Opie, what are you doing?
Stop it.
Stop
Don't let them take advantage of you.
Stop being with this family. They have not brought you any happiness.
Anything.
It's been sadness since day one. The day of the baby shower, I found out Kim, whom she lives with, has the vid. And knew for nearly a week that she had it. This was during a time that everyone had to be still very cautious, and Brad's employer would have sent him home for even being exposed to someone who had it. Also, OP has health issues.
That's true.
This is even worse.
Yeah, hopefully, obviously, if it was at the prime time, then there's probably, you have to wait 10 days. But if she knew for nearly a week, hopefully she's not contagious anymore, but still should have told people, especially if you have health issues.
I guarantee you she still is. I was forced to cancel. Of course, I called Kim out for not telling me. She proceeded to tell me to go F myself, that I was worthless, and how she didn't care about my daughter because she had a new grandbaby on the way that she would just get to be around. After that, I just smiled and waved. Mind you, there were many instances in between where things happened. These were just the more notable ones. After I had my second child, she called her now fiance on speakerphone while at my house. My youngest has blonde hair. Kim made a comment to her fiance.
I don't know where she gets it from.
Oh, she went out on him, LOL. Right in front of me. I'm just gonna get to the point now.
Oh, implying that OP cheated. Like, this is not Brad's son.
Oh,
like, she went out on him.
I'm just gonna get to the point now because I'm tired. They're getting married soon. I'm separating from Brad because
Thank
of all
God.
because of all the BS I put up with him, and I know I deserve better. But I refuse to let my kids go to Kim's wedding. I absolutely will fight it tooth and nail with everything I have so they aren't there. I don't care if that makes me an a-hole. In fact, if that's what it takes to be an a-hole, I'll go one step further and never allow that woman to ever lay eyes on my children as long as they're under my wing. I hope this story made enough sense for you to get the picture. Ultimately, I hate that woman. And the more I get to know her son, the more he reminds me of her, and I can't stand him either. It took you a while, but we got there.
We got there eventually.
I don't want my kids to hate their dad or their grandma. And I don't want you to hate us because we got episodes with stories just like this on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast app. Just search OK Storytime and we'll be there.
Yeah, your family already hates you, or your in-laws already hate you. So like, there's really no kind of loss here. If they think that you're the a-hole, what's the change? You know, don't let them push you around.
I was gonna say, what did you gain from them? I feel like from what we read, OP, we gained nothing from this
Lost
side of
a
the
lot of
family.
money.
Just stress. You gained stress and loss of money. Unfortunate, but at least you did it. At least you
Yeah.
dumped him. Took a while. Sometimes it takes some clarity to understand that it's okay. But let's go ahead and finish this story. I don't want them to know her either, though, because she hates me and I hate her. Why would I willingly send my kids to be there to celebrate her relationship when she could never support the relationship between her son and I? Just give it to me straight. And apologies for any typos or grammatical errors. I had to drink a couple cocktails before working up the nerve to post this. Love you guys. Oh my God. I forgot to mention that Kim always accused me of leaving Brad's brother behind when I took him to see his dad before he passed away. I waited in the car over an hour while Brad tried to convince his brother to join us, and he refused to go. And that's the end of that story.